You see Tom Dwan here, excellent short deck player. For me personally, one of the most impressive I've seen play. Just gets away from some hands that you don't see other people get away from. Excellent post flop as well. He's gonna make it 7 antes here. Ace-10 suited. Phil Ivey closes the action. Is in the big blind, so to say. Has position. Queen Jack, reasonable hands. And here we see the power of the gut shot. Of course there's an overcard, but doesn't even have a heart in his hand and still has 40% against top pair. Always amazes me every single time I watch this game how close the equities actually run. And that's an all-in from Tom Dwan. Knows he has quite a bit of equity, rips it on Ivey, who has 30 antes, a little over 30 antes left. Is gonna make the call. And this is close to a race. Tom needs a 9 or an ace, as you can see. Ivey needs none of those things. And that breaks out for Tom, and that's a double for Ivey. Tom Dwan losing an all-in against Phil Ivey. What is this, 2012? That's amazing. And Xuan, 210,000. We see Ben Lam. It's been really enjoyable to watch Ben Lam go through his journey of learning short deck. His first short deck tournament was played on the Triton Tour. I believe that was in Jeju. And it's really cool to see how quickly he adapts to it. Excellent PLO player. This game is much more similar to PLO in terms of betting strategies and how you plan out your strategy for a hand than it is to no limit hold'em. So no surprise that the Omaha guys take very quickly to this game. Tom Dwan defended his big ante, I guess you can say. On the button, has one of the worst hands in short deck, but he got such a good price with all the antes out there. He wants to see a flop. He is gonna check his bottom pair. There's an ace for 10 Xuan. It gives Tom Dwan a gut shot. So he needs an 8-7 or 6 to win. So dangerous, and your hand is so vulnerable. It's actually not so bad, this hand, because I think if Tom Dwan had an open ender, he might have bet the flop. Tom's getting reasonable odds. We see that he has 32%. He has to only call 1/4 of the pot, so he's profiting on that call. He does get there. Rivers is 6. So it'll be interesting to see, first of all, if Tom value bets. And second of all, what 10 Xuan will do after that. Did you see that 10? It was 6. Did you see it?
Good pre-flop size. 210. Fish too.
Shots fired. Pop up with his stunner shades on. So we see Ivey call early position. You'll see lots of people opting for calls from early position. Just because you want to call often means you should also call quite often with strong hands that can stand raises. Otherwise, every time you call, people will just raise you out of the pot, and every time you raise, they will fold. So very important to think about that and make sure that you don't become predictable. Just because everyone gets such good odds in this game, very important to play a lot of hands. Otherwise, the antes will just eat you up. If you get 7-1 on a hand pre-flop to limp, and the equities run close, you need to play a lot of flops, which is one of the reasons why this game is so fun to watch. Ivey's gonna stab at it, top pair. We see Tom Dwan with a gut shot, gonna make the call. Ivey now also about 80 antes deep, so this is a relatively deep pot. Always very curious to see what people do with middle pairs. We saw earlier Kuznetsov making kind of a protection slash bluff with middle pair. It's very strong to block two pair hands, and you know, whatever happens on the turn, you still block top two pair. In most cases, obviously. So people go for some multi-street plays with middle pair sometimes. There is a flush draw on board, which makes it harder to get rid of some hands. My guy. Alright, so Xuan is straight rep in
600,000.
Two pair hand there. And again, the power of the gut shot. Of course, there's a club in Tom's hand, but flushes are very hard to hit. There's less flush cards in the deck because the deuce, 3, 4, and 5 of clubs are out. That's why a flush gets promoted to beat a full house in this game. And Xuan takes it down.
I'm the button?
I was under the gun.
Under the gun.
This is correct. No. I limp called. I limp called. I trapped him. I trap you. I know the flop 6, 7, 9, 1.
Here we see one of those examples of somebody limping in earlier position with a strong hand. Of course, the game is getting more short-handed. But still good to have some strong hands when you limp. It's also very hard to play post-flop in certain single-raised pots. If you make it 7 antes from early position, you get 2 calls, and it comes king 10-8 in short deck. It's just headache. So you either get a chance to blow up the pot when somebody raises behind you, like this board, for example, is just a headache. Look at the cute little 3% equity that he has with an overpair there. Tom already better off. And Xuan, pretty much, you can almost say that he has the nuts on this board, not just because, you know, well, not because it is statistically or by rules the best hand, because obviously Queen Jack would be the best hand, but he has 60% to win this hand with all those cards out there. When, for instance, 2 people would have Queen Jack on this board and you'd have a set of 9s, you're a favorite against 2 straights. Think about it also, right? Because nobody blocks full house outs, and there just aren't that many bricks in this game because the deck is short. I keep saying it like that because the name makes a lot of sense.
Oh.
Gonna make the call? Daily quads. Xuan, 0% for Tom Dwan. Not a great turn to say the least. Xuan is gonna keep building a pot. A big chance he's gonna get called by straights, obviously. It's a little hard to imagine if Queen Jack's just gonna flat on the flop, but you know, these guys obviously try to mix it up. You don't always just want to be raising your nuts, especially in a game where the board is so dynamic. You're gonna be calling a lot. Half pot bet there from Xuan. Gets a call from Tom. Tom just needs to avoid disaster.
Check.
Xuan.
You what, mate? And he does go for a smallish bet. I like it.
920.
Think about it, if you want to go for some light value bets on this board as well. I'll say you have a hand like Jack 7.
I already gave you the earlier time break, right?
Bolts. Gets rid of it. Good decision by Tom.
Fold. Fold. Fold.
Call. What do I need to do to get extra time banks around here? If I get a heads up or something, do I get some extra?
You get extra time back to heads up?
So I'm just no time bank? No time bank, Tom? That's how I gotta play?
You have one, don't you?
I got one. Yo, Tom Dwan.
Time Bank Tom is not a nickname I had in mind for him 10 years ago, but here we are.
Okay, check, check, check.
I thought he was bluffing for sure.
I thought he was bluffing too. That's why I spent 5 time banks. Then I folded anyway.
Very complicated boards here.
If I ever use 5 time banks, I'm gonna call. Just
Right up
just on
until that
principle.
happens. Xuan feeling
So much of them.
a bit better now.
I see it now.
Very likely somebody would have bet a 10 on the turn, so it's kind of hard to get value, but still good, obviously, to fill up the boat.
Financially, you know, it's like it's not only 2 million, but it's 2 million and 5 time banks in pot now.
You need to win that pot. You can't lose 5 time banks and lose the pot. Time banks are important.
Chips are a lot more important than time banks.
400K. Fold.
You know? When you don't have many chips, time banks don't really matter. This is what
Alright, 2 ace jacks so far. Xuan. We're gonna be in the mix with the queen jack. Kuznetsov. Both him and Ben Lam on 200 antis, by the way. Oh, I'm sorry. It's actually less antis. I also misspoke when... Oh, I think the graphics not updated, maybe. Because I clearly heard somebody say 4080. I don't know if that was a different table, perhaps. There's multiple things going on inside that gorgeous room. My apologies, but we'll see shortly anyway. That's the nuts for Xuan. Up against the 2 top pairs there. Second pair for Kuznetsov, I think in this case, not gonna be much of an possible bluff hand because there is already a straight on board, which makes that play to kind of rep 2 pair a lot less good. Now, Ben Lam and Tom Dwan both have top pair, which can be good, but the fact that they block Queen Jack or can hit a straight when a queen rolls off definitely makes this hand a lot more interesting than, you know, a hand like Ace 9, for instance. Time Bank Tom, also with Ace Jack.
900.
Raises. Likes to see that Jack in his hand. Does open up some possibilities. Almost commits himself there. Has 1 million behind.
Can I have some black tea and some cut avocado with salt, pepper, and olive oil? Thanks.
It's a healthy snack. Very glad nobody's eating gyoza. Makes me hungry. There's a flush draw on board. There's not that much money behind. Tom should be very wary of this call. It's very unlikely that somebody just decides with a hand like Ace-9 or any kind of weak top pair to just think, oh, let's see a turn, who knows. The one thing that is possibly also going through Tom's head is the fact that 10 didn't raise before the flop, so very unlikely for somebody to trap limp the cutoff with two players already in the hand, with a hand like aces, kings, even tens maybe. Definitely ace king would have raised it up, so
Chop.
No chop. Win.
no chop. It's so annoying when somebody says that. Chop, nope.
Fuck.
Well, at least I look strong, I guess.
Yeah, it's hard.
Oh no.
And that's GG Tom Dwan. Some rough hands for him. Takes home £514,000. Xuan with an incredibly powerful hand. One of the strongest hands in short deck. He's gonna make the call. Plays so well in position. You cover so much of the board. Wow. That's couldn't ask for a better example there, I guess. Xuan with a flush draw and the open and a straight draw. Honestly, I'm surprised it's only 60% here. Normally, I'm always surprised how high the equities run. But I guess I can say the same now that Ace-Queen still has so much equity, but so many cards to dodge. Runner hearts is just something that you don't see very often here just because of the low amount of flush cards. And here gets showcased exactly that it's hard to play top pair out of position when you're very deep.
Hold on.
Call.
He's gonna shove, and this is a big raise. Wants to protect his hand there. Doesn't want to play any future streets out of position. Enough money in the pot for Kuznetsov. And this is
64开有
a massive pot, 11.5 million at stake here.
对啊，红心八嘛，红心八 K 嘛。OK。
No, okay.
No, why? Why not OK?
I lose. No.
Yeah, my friend.
Yeah, that's a terrible card for Kuznetsov there.
You my friend.
Spite
So,
ace. And again, of course, the needle, these guys fight against each other all the time. I have to keep emphasizing it because otherwise it might sound like a very cruel joke. Kuznetsov is left battered and bruised. Has 3 antes left. Disastrous hand for him.
5, 8, 5.
Yeah.
200、300、400、500、500。
His all-in would have gotten rid of so many... Oh, he actually did not
Sorry,
survive that all-in.
I-
Eliminated in 4th.
不应该说 OK。
Wow. That is a board. So Phil Ivey with the king queen, 45% to win, by the way. Open and a straight draw, insanely powerful. Open ended straight draws in short deck are what open ended straight flush draws are in no limit hold'em, and the gut shots in short deck are more like the open ended straight draws in no limit hold'em. Xuan has the nuts now. Lots of cards roll off that either destroy his action or make it a little bit more dicey. And he is gonna raise.
650,000.
Wonder what Phil's gonna do here. Of course, we're playing with time bank chips. He's gonna move all in. 10 calls. Well, anything can happen.
哦，天顺，
Phil's gonna need a 9 or an ace to stay in this tournament. He can also hit running clubs.
全 K。公仔，起公仔嘛。公仔。Yes。
That's it. GG Phil Ivey, our 3rd place finisher. Nice result from him here. Of course, a regular nowadays on the Triton Tour. Pocket 6s here.
Check.
Oh. Pretty action flop. I mean, Ben Lam is now on less than 40 antes. Xuan is an incredibly powerful hand here. Set of 6s. This might be some fireworks. You don't expect it when you see these hands before the flop, but on a board like this, heads up, and Ben Lam's stack size could spell some trouble for him.
Back 240K.
Ben Lam only 34 antes behind. Wonder if Xuan is just gonna rip it. Might make it seem like he has some sort of straight draw, gut shot.
80。
He's gonna make it 800,000. Oh, what a nasty spot for Ben Lam.
All in. Call.
He's gonna go all in. And we have a call. I don't say this often, but Xuan is a 91% favorite.
Good game, Tim.
Very tough hand there for Ben Lam. He needs a miracle. Otherwise, we have Xuan as our champion of the 100K short deck side event.
红桃 SK。红桃 SK OK。
Yep, that's it. No more outs. Neither a running boat or a running straight. Ben Lam, 2nd place finisher. 1.3 million pounds plus change. Xuan. Bags another one.
搞一个
Quite content with it. There we have it. Short deck winner, 1.88 million pounds, well over $2 million. What a beast. Great performance here by Ben Lam. Excellent effort, played insanely well.